from the canals, the farmers will not get the essential water which is very mandatory for the crops to grow up. Second one is solid waste landfill containment. Landfill applications for geomembranes and geosynthetic clay liners include the use as bottom liners for waste and leachate containment, cut-off walls as well as landfill closures are covered. That's all from my side. From now on, Kamil Hassan will proceed.
Thank you, Greg. Okay, the next type is going to be the geoform. You can see those white blocks. They are actually made up of extruded or expanded polystyrene that are manufactured into large and lightweight blocks. Now, what are its various functions? It contains lightweight fill material. It provides stabilization to a slope that is mainly encountered in the hilly areas or areas having very steep terrain. And it is also used as a fill material for the retaining walls. We all know what is a retaining wall. It is actually a vertical wall or a structure that is used to prevent our actual superstructure from collapsing due to soil erosive forces. And the fifth type is geocell. You can have a clear picture of the geocell in this slide. Now, geocell actually provides us a blanket of cells on the slope surface which can either be filled with a variety of materials such as topsoil, aggregates, sands and gravels, or even large number of cobbles. Their basic purpose is soil erosion control, and they provide a very good solution to the expensive construction techniques which are needed in the country like Pakistan, which are undergoing great economic crisis since I don't even know. These improve resistance to erosive forces such as rainwater runoff on steep or the unstable slopes or slopes exposed to severe hydraulic or mechanical stresses, such as the areas subjected to heavy machinery or some sort of hydraulic structures. Advantages. It is cheaper in cost, easy to transport and very easy to install. It has a good design predictability. It can be installed during a very short period, consistent over a wide range of soils. It has space savings, which is one of the main concerning issues in our daily construction practices. And if we provide a good solution to this, then we are lucky enough to have them. It has good material quality control and more homogeneous than our usual material like soils and aggregates. Better construction quality control as site, and it has the ability to bring our resources into factory action at once, like easy material deployment. It is less environmentally sensitive, improve performance and extended life, increases the safety factor for our buildings, compatible with every field condition almost, and increases the service life of our flexible pavements and our roads basically by some factors for weak upgrades and for moderate upgrades respectively. And last but not least, it increases the allowable bearing capacity by 40 to 50%. So that is one of the major advantages of using the geosynthetics. Now, add an economic word. The cost of geosynthetics are usually applied between 2 to 3 to 5% of the total cost. For a number of projects, it has been reported that we can almost save up to 30 to 35% of our total cost by using these geosynthetic materials. And it also minimizes the regular repair and maintenance costs. And it helps us to minimize the pollution, which is a concerning issue in the Lahore areas or any other city which is like on the hit list of the environmental departments or agencies. It increases the efficiency of structures, and it also increases the use of natural resources. And they are almost difficult or impossible to degrade, and there is no harm or danger of contamination. They can also assist our environment by acting as a containing barrier for toxic or harmful materials, and also provide sealing and capping of pollution due to chemicals released after roads and rail accident into groundwater areas. Now, where we have some advantages, we will have some disadvantages too, because nothing is perfect. Long term, now this is a very big statement. Now I would like to cut it short. Like sometimes we are encountered with some unforeseen circumstances like acid rain, which is pretty common in Pakistan since 14 to 15 years. And in areas such as there are chemical industries and we are somehow, there is a release of UV rays. So we can and we have to use the antioxidants, UV screeners and fillers in order to avoid these unforeseen circumstances. Clogging of geotextiles, geopipes and geocomposites is a challenge designed for certain soil types or unusual situation. And plus they are not so easy to handle or store or install, and careful quality control has to be taken under consideration. Market size of geosynthetics. Now I have taken this picture since 2015 and we can say that up to 2021 it has been increasing very drastically, and it is increased and it is expected to increase even more till 2026. So we can say that this industry is bound to grow. geosynthetics is becoming increasingly required to address concerns with our road or flexible pavement construction. As a good, or I would say a sane civil engineer, we are always concerned about two things: safety and economy. And if one of these things gets compromised, we can say that a design is not so good. So this geosynthetic material, it improves efficiency and lowers the cost significantly. And last advantage of geosynthetic is that they are environmentally benign. So any question do you have? You can, otherwise that's all.